Now, if everybody could please help me welcome to the stage the host of the call, Debbie Gisoni.
Thank you, thank you. Sugar and the Mint, weren't they great? They're going to be with us throughout the whole show. Hello, San Diego. Woo! So happy to be here. Welcome to The Call. This is our very first show ever. We're streaming it live. We're doing it live. What were we thinking? Anything could happen. And when I say anything could happen, I mean anything can go wrong, right? They know. They've done a lot of live performances. I'm looking around and I'm seeing a lot of women in the audience. Are there any men here? I'm curious. Raise your hand. Any brave souls? I count maybe 2, 3. Okay, well, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I love when a group of women come together, because when women come together, magical things happen. Am I right, ladies? Yeah! I see it in my own everyday life. I'm having a mani-pedi or going on a hike with a group of my girlfriends. And what do? We do what women do naturally. We talk, we share, we come up with solutions that help us solve our everyday problems, whether that's to do with our kids or, in my case, pets, our lives, our relationships, our health, sex, family, you name it. We get together, we gather, we talk, and we share. And sometimes, of course, we talk about some of the more pressing and sometimes depressing things that are happening right now in the world. It's kind of crazy out there. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Like what? I'm sure you all know. You've heard it. It's in the news every day. There's shootings in school. There are all kinds of sexual abuse cases that are happening daily that have been going on for years. Global warming, climate change, political upheaval, polarization, threats of war. It's really crazy shit going on. And when we women come together and talk about that stuff, we don't only talk about it, we feel it. We feel it on so many levels, emotionally, spiritually, even physically. Things could be happening across the other side of the world, and we feel it in our bodies. And I know you women out there can identify with that. It's overwhelming for all of us. But if we take a moment and really tune into our heart center, tune into our hearts and listen to what our hearts are saying, we will hear a calling, and it will be very, very clear. And it starts by saying, no more. No more. Thank you. And that's what the call is all about. It's about answering that call. Your call. Humanity's call. That's what the call is all about. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do what women do naturally every day. We're going to talk. We're going to share. We're going to come up with solutions, right? And how are we going to do it even more specifically? Well, first, we're going to awaken our spirit, because our spirit, there is no power or weapon greater in the world than our own spirit. And that's where the call comes from. We're going to do it by bringing women together as a collective, because there's so many voices out there and so many movements that are going on, and they all need to be amplified, and they all need to come together, because there is power and strength in those numbers. And we're going to do it by coming up with action steps, things that you can do in your everyday life, in your communities, in the world, and even if it's just one little thing that you can do for yourself to make it a little bit more positive, your life or whatever, that all matters. Because when one person is lifted, we are all lifted, all of humanity. And that's what we're going to be doing at this show. By answering the call, if there's enough of us that are answering this call, we can and we will create a world an existence, a new way of life that is tolerant, that is safe, that is abundant, that is equitable for all people. We can and will rewrite those rules, because the rules are going to need to be rewritten. There's going to be new rules for humanity. And that's what we're going to be doing here today. So I ask you, San Diego, are you ready for the call? Yeah, come on. I don't think I heard you loud enough. Maybe the band can help you out. Are you ready for the call? All right, thank you. So we have a great show for you today. We're going to be here this afternoon, and we have people that you're going to be hearing from that are experts in all areas: business, ecology, metaphysics, ancient wisdom, hypnotherapy, all of these areas coming together. And all of these women have answered their call. They're doing something to make a positive change in individuals, in their community, in humanity, and the world. So I ask you to welcome, and I also hope that they inspire you to do the same. The way the day is going to roll today is very simple. We're going to have a short session right after I talk with one or two people. That's going to last about 30, 40 minutes. Then we're going to take a break, because in a room full of women, we're going to need a potty break by then, right? Yeah, okay. And then we're going to hear from the band again. And then we're going to have a longer session with a group of women, about 5 women. And then at the very end of that, stick around, because at the end of that, we have a really special treat for everyone. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's going to be really special, and you're going to really love it. So our first guest is a woman who actually helps people connect to that inner spirit, connect to their inner wisdom, activate their inner power through hypnosis. And her name is Alba Weinman. Welcome, Alba.